bugs and bees, and welcome to my apiary. I'm standing in front of one of my hives here. This hive was a swarm that I caught last year. Now, swarms are a great way to get into beekeeping. Um, they're very cost effective because, well, they're free, other than some of the things that you need to purchase to make a swarm trap. But I think I'll show you a trap that I made that costs under $10. The most expensive part of it is the beeswax, but as a beekeeper, I recycle a lot of my wax from last year, and then I reuse it to make swarm traps or paint new foundation for the hives. So basically the materials you need, it's pretty simple. I just use some scrap wood in the back, so you just need like one piece. Doesn't even have to even be any type of universal length or anything. You just want to be able to screw the bucket onto the wood and then screw the wood onto whatever you're going to be putting this trap on. And just note that you want your traps to be about 10 to 15 feet up off the ground, because that's where the scouts are going. And then you need your buckets, of course, because that's the main part of the trap. This is where the bees are going to live for a bit. And you want a nice roller, because we are going to be putting wax all over the lid and the inside of the bucket, which will attract the bees, and it'll help the bees start making their home. Because if they already have that wax, they'll be able to just reform it into some honeycomb. And you got your drill with a bit for your screws. I put about 4 screws in each one of my traps. And then to drill a hole that you're going to be putting up here, anywhere from an inch to an inch and a half drill bit is fine. Make a nice round hole in there for the scout bee to get into. And then you just need your wax, and you're good to go. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a hole drilled into the top of your buckets for the bees to go in. You're going to want like a 1 inch, 1.5 inch hole, because the bees like it to be really tight space. So just go ahead, just you can eye it up. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just somewhere under that rim. And we're just going to stick a hole in there. Voila, we have our wax. Let's take our roller. Now you're going to just want to take some wax and just roll it as much as you can on the inside of this bucket. Just spread that wax around as much as possible. You want it just all over inside there. Now I know wax is not exactly cheap, but this is really going to ensure your success, that if a scout bee does come in here, they're going to want to stay. Right? They have some of the materials they need, building materials for their home. There you go. So if you look inside the bucket, it's just got it globbed all over there. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be in there so that they know that they can use it to build their house. And put it on the inside of the lid too. Just like that. Real simple. Okay, so now that the bucket is waxed up and ready, now we just need to throw some screws in. With that, just somewhere along the back here, just screw from the inside. Just make sure you get in through the bucket and the wood. And there you go. There's your trap. So, and the last thing you're going to want to do is get yourself some lemongrass, essential oil, food grade, and put 1 drop on either a little piece of cotton batting, or I use a Q-tip, and I'll just put a tiny little bit on each end, or put just 1 drop in the bottom of this bucket. But make note that you only want to use a very little amount. So as much as it's an attractant for the scout bee and it'll get him to check this area out, if it's overpowering, they might even move in for a day and decide, oh, this is too overpowering, and they'll leave. I've had it actually happen to me because I used way too much of the lemongrass, and yeah, you learn from your mistakes. So just one drop in there is ample. It's enough to get the scout bees in there, and won't overpower it. But that's it. It's real simple. You just put this up in the tree, and you wait, and hopefully you'll see scout bees coming in and out, and more bees. And once they've been in there for a few days, then you can take the trap down and transfer into a hive box. And once you do that, I would advise to start feeding sugar water, 1-to-1 sugar water, and get them building their own wax in the hive and thriving. Thank you for watching.